So 2025 came and passed, and this was a year where most AI tools were released, and the whole internet went crazy about these AI tools. Every day there was a new tool which was being released. Every day there was a video explaining another release or an update of an existing tool. And we saw headlines where AI is here to take over jobs, AI is here to replace developers, engineers are doomed, and so forth. And with this wave, there's a certain group of people which actually panicked, right? They didn't know what to do, they didn't know which tool to use, they didn't know where to go, and so because everyone was talking about use this tool, it will enhance your productivity, use this, it will change everything, it will change your life, and so forth. And these people panicked, guys, and they were so overwhelmed to a point where up until now we still have those people in 2026. They still don't know. They're now starting to feel like, they have been left out. They are far, far behind because, come to think of it, AI is here to stay. That's the honest truth. AI is here and things are changing and things are still moving fast. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Prosper and I'm a software engineer. And in this video, I just want to talk about those people that felt overwhelmed, or that are still feeling overwhelmed, that are still stuck, that are feeling like they've been left out, that that they think maybe they're far, far behind of this whole wave of AI, using AI at work, using AI in their everyday life, right? I just need to tell you guys that you are not left out, right? You are not even behind. Actually, the best time to start utilizing all this is now. Just after watching this video, I need you guys to start utilizing and to start researching about these AI tools, because they are not going anywhere, right? And I'll share with you 6 essential tools or 6 essential things that I believe if you start understanding those things, if you start using those things, you'll be at a better position, in the industry, and you won't continue feeling like you are left out. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. So the first thing that we obviously need is the beginner level, right? This is where we talk about the GenAI literacy. You need to know how to use AI, right? You need to know what's being released out there. It's just you having the knowledge to know what's there in the industry when it comes to AI, right? And now when you know what's out there, then how best can you use it in your life? How best can you use it in your day-to-day job, whatever that you're doing? So this is asking AI good questions, knowing when AI is wrong, because remember, there's also another perception where people just believe what they get from AI. You need to understand when it gets wrong, right? And using AI to speed up things, to boost your productivity, and not even, like I mentioned, not even trusting AI, because sometimes it hallucinates, guys, because you prompt it in a wrong way, then it starts giving you wrong things, then you'll be frustrated, then you'll be like, this thing is not for me, this thing is not working, right? So this is the literacy part, right? Now the second thing that you need to master or to know is prompt engineering, right? I'm sure you have seen a lot of videos or a lot of people talking about prompt engineering. I used a prompt to come up with this website, I used a prompt to come up with this API. And with all this, it's you are hearing this and you don't even know what it is, right? So prompt engineering, or a prompt, this is how we talk to AI. And remember, this AI, they have models behind them. So we're talking about, if you're using ChatGPT, there's a model behind ChatGPT. If you're talking about cloud, if Lovable, there are those models which are behind that make things happen, to come up with these things quickly, right? So you need to know what to prompt, right? How to prompt, how to make your prompt, give you the right stuff, or give you the quality outputs, right? So for an example, you can't just say you go to ChatGPT and you say, write me a post, right? It won't understand. Okay, a post about what? Right? You need to talk to these AI tools like you're talking to a toddler. Tell it everything that you need, right? And now you need to know the frameworks of prompting, right? How can I actually organize my statements so that at the end of the day I get proper outputs. So I'll give you another example. So write me a motivational LinkedIn post for software developers who feel stuck, right? So with this, you'll find that I've specified the task, which is what exactly do I want AI to do? Then for context, we are saying for beginners, right, who feel left behind in tech. This is who and exactly and also why, right? We need that. Then we also need to reference, like make it sound like for example, make it sound like Gary V, use simple street language, all those things. These are now guardrails or references to say, okay, I've seen this certain post here. I want you to reference that and use that in my output, right? Then you evaluate where now you check the output. Is it clear? Is it useful? Is it too robotic? Because remember, there's also another wave of if you go on LinkedIn, posts are just created and you can actually tell like this was just this is AI talking, right? This is not a human being, and you need to remove all those things, right, from your prompts. Then you iterate. This is now where you are improving, right? So there's no one perfect framework from prompting. I can assure you this. The more you use these tools or the more you prompt, this is where now you come up with your own prompt structures where it's actually working for you, right? So now the third thing that you need to know is specialized AI tools, right? So with AI, the industry is so broad. So there are certain specialized tools for a certain niche or for a certain industry, right? So we're talking about issues like, let's say, if you want to generate images, there are those tools that can generate images for you, good proper images like Mid Journey. We're talking about Gemini. We're talking about Runway for videos, Canva AI, when you're designing your posters using Canva and all those things. And Git Copilot if you are coding. So these are all specialized tools. You just need to know and try to look for the ones that work for you. Remember, like I said, 2025 was a year of many tools being released. So your task now is just to look for the ones that work for you. And if you're interested, as engineers, I've made a video where last year I was just using 3 AI tools, right, that were making me able to come up with project ideas, validate those ideas, and also generate code for me. So I'll leave that link here, so that, and also in the description, so that you guys can check it out and see if it will also work for you. Remember, you need to look for tools that actually work for you. This was my big 3 for last year, and I might even change them depending with what I'm doing, depending with the situation that I'm in at that particular moment. The angle that you need to look at AI is AI agents. So when it comes to agents, now AI came, and then we realize we need to automate how we work with AI, right? So we're talking about checking emails. You check your emails every day, but now we're saying, okay, I'll create an agent which goes into my Gmail account, checks all the emails, and just give me the ones that I've marked important. Those will be on priority and stuff. And when it comes to agents, again, there's a lot behind the scenes. Like there's your input, which is you telling the models what to do. Then the models will decide, will reason and analyze, and then give you whatever that you need. Then you set your actions, which are now triggers to say, after the model has reasoned and done what it needs to do, then now do the following. And the environment, what apps are you trying to integrate with it, where do you want your agent to run, and so forth. Then there's the memory part, where that's the saving part, where for future use and so forth, right? Then, like I told you, for an example, you can actually tell an agent to say, every morning I need you to check my emails, summarize them, then send me the important ones. And it does this daily. You don't need to set reminders for this, right? So that's AI agents. And trust me, you don't, if you are in an environment where you don't need them, it's fine. You can skip them. Don't get overwhelmed to say, everyone else is talking about AI agents, so now also I need to use them, right? It's all about avoiding noise, right? Use the tools that work for you, but you also need to know what's happening out there such that you can change how you work, you can adapt, you can, just know, okay, fine. If I now need to use an AI agent, what tools are they, like NHN, all those tools, they're out there, right? You just need to know them. For myself, I haven't used agents much. I just managed to, like when they popped up, I just created like a simple demo just to see how you can set up one, how you can, deploy it and so forth. And I was actually using Docker instead of, like paying for hosting and all those. I just using Docker on my local environment, and it worked out for me. And that was that. Didn't use them, but I'll probably start using them going forward because there's a lot that I need to automate when I'm doing my work, right? Um, then now there's AI assisted coding, right? These are tools, and this is for mainly engineers, right? So we have seen that there have been a lot of tools where now they are writing code, they're fixing bugs, they're reviewing pull requests, they're explaining errors, they are suggesting, and this is where all the noise came, right? Where engineers are doomed, you know, AI is here to replace them because these tools, they were actually doing what we were doing or what we are doing, right? So the tools that you can use, there's GitHub Copilot, there's Kesa, you can still even use ChatGPT, there's Cloud Code. So for myself now, I'm using Cloud Code and it's working well for me. And for these tools as well, you need to know which models are behind it, right? So for instance, Cloud Code, there's Opus 4.5, which was recently released. Then there's Sonnet. You can use them for different task. You can plan, then you execute, you do researches with another model, then you execute with this other model. It's all up to you, and these tools are there at our disposal, guys, and it's high time you guys just jump on it. Start now, start utilizing these things. Another area that you also need to understand, right, in the world of AI is there are two types of AI, right? There's open source, then there's closed source, right? So with open source, these ones we are saying these are free to use, like the name itself, open source. These are free to use. You can modify them if you need to. There's also, like a huge community built around them. So for example, you can make use of DeepSeek. There's Mistral, all these tools. These are open source, right? Then we have closed source. So with closed source, we are talking about ChatGPT. We can't control how ChatGPT works, right? We can't custom made it, right? These are controlled by whoever created them. There's cloud code, like I mentioned. You know, we just use it, and they require just prompting skills. We don't need many skills to, to make use of this, unlike the open ones. So the open ones, you actually need, skills to use, or skills to modify it, how you modify them and so forth, right? And like I said, the closed ones, these are company controlled, they are ready made, they are easy to use. You just go there. They are just like platforms, web platforms. You go there, you prompt, then it actually gives you what you need, right? So this is it, guys. This is what I think you should master, or you should at least understand where AI is coming from, where AI is going, and start using them now so that you don't continue feeling stuck, you don't continue feeling left behind. Because like I said before, AI is here, it's not going anywhere, and we need to use these tools to our advantage, mainly if you're in Africa. There are so many problems that we have currently in our region, and it's high time us as engineers we start using them we start using these tools. And if you're afraid that AI is going to take your job, don't be. Only start using them, partner with these tools, start utilizing them, understand where, how, and what tools to use, right? And again, if you feel like it's not high time for you to venture into AI or to venture into software engineering, you need to watch this video where I break down if it's actually still worth it, to start doing software engineering. And trust me, it is worth it. So go and check it out. So this is all that I had with me, guys. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like, share, and turn on your notifications so that whenever I upload another video, you won't miss it. And if you have any topic that you would want me to cover on this channel, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll read all the comments, I'll respond to you guys, and I'll do my level best to go out there, research, and come back here with good stuff. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Prosper, like I said, and I'm a software engineer. And on this channel, we share insights about stuff which is happening in the industry, all the shifts that are happening, all the changes, all the things that you might think are related to software engineering. We share the frameworks, AI tools, how to come up with websites, how to come up with mobile applications, and so forth. This is your place. So please subscribe, invite others to come to the channel, and let's grow, let's learn together. I learn from you, you also learn from me. This is how software engineering is, guys. It's not being about stingy, it's about sharing what you know, sharing what you have learned with others, make an impact in the world. So with all this, I say, go out there, start using these tools, come up with systems, come up with solutions. Let's solve our own African problems, guys. So see you in the next one.